Tell her you were cold?
She is too.
Oh, is she? Oh. Got a full house tonight, don't we? I think she was saying it was cold, so she wanted to turn the air down, maybe.
Should I start?
Oh, Les will give you he'll point at you when it's time. Oh, it's time.
Good evening. I hereby call this regular meeting of the Nacogdoches ISD Board of Trustees to order. Let the record show that a quorum is present and notice of this meeting was posted as required by the Texas Open Meetings Act. All board members are in attendance tonight, and thank you for joining us this evening. At this time, I would like to ask Dr. Groman to give tonight's invocation.
Join me in prayer. Lord Jesus, we thank you for your watch care. We thank you for the presence with us during this school year. We thank you for protecting our students, our teachers, and all those that support this effort to educate our young people, not just in knowledge, but in wisdom and in the ways of this world that are the higher road. And now we thank you for those who we celebrate tonight for their achievements and their sacrifices. And we thank you for those who have guided those to them, to those reaching those goals and those high levels of achievement. And we thank you so much for this board and the harmony that we have as a board. This comes from your hand. Now be with us today and be with us as we celebrate the vacation time for our students and our teachers, and that they might be refreshed and renewed, and things might occur in the way that you lead us. We ask this in the name of Almighty God Almighty. Amen.
Tonight, Principal Kevin Croft and students from the Nacogdoches High School will lead us in the pledges to the flags. Please make your way to the front.
Good evening, President Widzow, board members, Superintendent Mr. Burton. My name is Kevin Croft. I'm the principal of Nacogdoches High School. I need to invite Petty Officer First Class Addison Gatwood up to lead us in the pledges.
Everyone, please stand for the pledges. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now for the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Now for a moment of silence. Please stay standing.
Thank you to all of our students and staff and parents for being with us this evening. At this time, we will move into student and employee recognitions. I would like to invite Mr. Les Linebarger forward to present this evening's student recognitions.
Thank you. Good evening, President Winslow, board members, Superintendent Burton. Please allow me to introduce Gerald Fonzie. He's a principal at McMichael Middle School, and he's going to be here tonight to talk a little bit about his math counts team. And I don't want to get all up into his story here, but this is the 13th consecutive year a math counts team from Nacogdoches ISD has gone to the state competition. And these students that went down to state in this competition, I'm going to bet money that in 4 years we're going to see them among the top graduates of Nacogdoches High. That's how it always seems to work out. But anyway, here's Mr. Fonzie with some more information.
Good evening, President Winslow, board members, Superintendent Burton. I don't know if you guys remember last year, but I told you we would be back again. And so McMichael Math Counts team has competed at the state level once again. And so I'm going to call them up and their sponsor at this time. And as they're on their way up, I'll tell you a little story that Ms. Combs, who's the sponsor, she was already looking into next year. And these students have said that they would like to compete on a broader scale. And so next year we're looking to have weekly virtual math counts competitions against students all across the world. And so we're excited about that new adventure we're going to take on, but I'm going to let her introduce the students who are not here and here. And
hi, I'm Ms. Combs. So with us tonight, we have Ryder Lackey, who was on our team this year. He's a 6th grader. This was his first time competing with math counts. And then we have Benjamin Serna Villanueva, who has competed, this is your 2nd year competing, correct? As a 7th grader. And then we also had Lyle French, Benjamin Grabowski, who was also our captain. And then we had Ashton Milstead, who was our co-captain. And Lyle French, Benjamin Grabowski, Benjamin Serna Villanueva, and Ashton Milstead were the 4 state competitors. Benjamin Grabowski placed in the top 100. So we're super, super proud of him and all of our team. We're looking forward to having these boys back next year. And again, like Mr. Fonzie said, they have asked me to find more competitions for them, which I have now done for them. So we are going to be competing weekly next year against teams all across the state of Texas to hopefully help these boys further advance their placement at state. So we're looking for year 14 next year, and we're going to get there. So I'm excited. These boys are fantastic. Love coaching them. Thank you for your time.
Students, remember, Dragon math counters count.
Also tonight, board, we have 2 state qualifiers from the high school in track and field, including senior Micah Lockett, who's now a 2-time state champion in the high jump. And joining him tonight is Braylon Horton, a sophomore who qualified in 2 hurdle events, as well as their coach and our athletic director, Jay Brown. Guys, come on up here.
Good evening. Good evening, Ms. Winslow, Superintendent Burton, board members. I want to present these 2 outstanding young athletes that have represented our school and our community very well on a state level. Of course, the first one is Braylon Horton. He was a state qualifier in the 300-meter hurdles and also the 110-meter hurdles. He had an opportunity to go and compete and finish 4th in the state 5A 110-meter hurdles of all the athletes in the whole state of Texas in that classification. finished 6th in the 300-meter hurdles. And I didn't dress him. He looked sharper than I do today. It's Braylon Harden, our sophomore hurler. Of course, what's your name? Oh, it's Michael Lockett on this side. He's a 2-time state champion. He won 11 consecutive first-place medals this year. He's been to state, this is his 3rd year in a row competing at that level. His sophomore year, he finished 4th by a very short margin. And last year, of course, he won first place, and this year he was a repeat winner in first place. It's Michael Lockett, 2 outstanding young athletes that we're proud to say they're all. Any comments or questions?
I'd like to ask Michael, are you able to participate in Junior Olympic? You are?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That, if you do, best wishes.
We're very proud of you. You've proven one thing. Dragons that are our high school, they're jumpy. And you not just jump, you excel in jumping at the state level. This is really magnificent. It's good for you, it's good for our school, it's good for our community, and it's good for your families. It's good for your future. So congratulations for your excellence. And you know what? Nobody knows how hard you work to get this. And I hope you keep working to get what you want next. If you reached your goal, make a new goal and go higher.
Coach Brown, after you take your picture, I'm sorry, look pretty first, then I'll ask. And didn't Braylon go with y'all last year?
Yes, he had an opportunity to go last year and see what it was all about, and made the promise to me that he will attend this year. So
there you go.
This year we took.
And then how many kids did you take with you down there this year that were?
27 kids.
So we should have 27 next year up here.
Well, good thing I'm not the head track coach next year, so that will be someone else's job. Well, these guys were good enough to overcome my bad coaching, so we're good enough.
Well, we're excited to see what Mr. Lockett does at SFA. We'll be keeping up with him. Then, Braylon, you'll be back, I guess, 2 more years with that gold medal around your neck, maybe in 2 events to outdo you, so watch out. But thank you guys very much. Appreciate y'all, and Coach, thank you for working with us so hard.
And, you know, just as a point of reference to remind yourself, because, I mean, the past year, Micah has made 7 feet seem routine. It's like, oh, he got 7 feet. That's great. When you go home tonight, look at your door frame in your house and realize Micah's jumping over that. Just incredible when you think about it, when you start putting 7 feet to that. All right, tonight we also have some members of the Nacogdoches High School welding team here, and I'm going to go ahead and ask Sean Lucina to come up here. He is the director of our Career and Technical Education Department, and these welding students were in Abilene earlier this month for the state championship welding competition against roughly 750 other students and around 100 schools. But Mr. Lucina, I'm going to turn this over to you.
Thank you. School Board President Winslow, Superintendent Mr. Burton, school board members, I really appreciate your time this evening to recognize some outstanding students in an amazing program. It just goes to show that when you hire the right people, programs thrive. And we hit a home run with Mrs. Hill, acquiring her last year from another local district in the area. She has really turned this program around, and it shows. Just a recap, there has been over, in one day, $25,000 scholarships in that state run. The total of scholarship money of all competitions tops $137,250. There were 73 certifications awarded, 21 state qualifiers. That is amazing. There's a few of them here with us tonight. I would like to have them come forward. and Mrs. Hill, and baby Taylor. I wasn't for sure she would be here. Sunday, baby Taylor was born. Correct. So, this is Mrs. Heather Hill, baby Taylor. This is her husband, Logan Hill. What's your son? And Wesley, oldest brother. All right. We have these gentlemen and young lady, Lily Nelson, Israel Hernandez, Eric Leon, Christian Bach, Gavin Stott, and Brian Rodriguez. As you know, it's a really busy time of year for seniors and our upperclassmen, and I'm really glad that they came out to thank you for your support in sending them to state. It's a financial burden, but all we have to do is ask, and you guys send our kids, and it's much appreciated. We look forward to see what these students will do. I've already seen them, what they can do. In fact, Lily embarrassed me in the shop when I was trying to learn how to do something apparently pretty simple, and I didn't even hit where I was supposed to be. But you know, I'm not a welder. So again, I really, really appreciate your support for not only welding, but all of our CTE programs. Thank you to the parents and the community that support these children and the programs.
Mr. Lucena,
Yes, sir.
spending money on those kids is not financial burden
No.
for their success.
Thank you.
Mr. Lucena, is this a first-year program? How long? No, okay, but it's Miss Hill's first year.
With us.
With us.
She's a seasoned welding instructor.
Yeah.
And she's been successful everywhere she's been.
Yes.
We were really lucky to snag her, and we are reaping the benefits of it, as you can see. We look forward to, I mean, we're going to double the size of that program. We've added another instructor position for next year, and we're just looking for some really, really good results to build upon this year. So.
Yes, thank you. You've done a great job.
I'd like to address the students, the welder students that are dragons. What you've done is for you and for your career, but you've had help to get there, and you have to look at who laid down the bead for you to follow. Now, what you've done and being successful is an investment. We have invested, and our return on investment is high for you. That means we will do it again for the next group. You've opened doors for the people who walk in your footsteps. So you're going to start your lives and your careers way ahead of anybody else that's looking for another thing to do. You are ready to go to work and make some money and make a contribution. Now, if you want to get better at what you do, you'll keep studying and spread out, because there's a lot of different kinds of ways you can learn to weld. Is that right? Yeah. So, and you can follow your dream and make your goal and achieve it. You've done it, and you're a model for all those who will follow. We're very proud of you.
And I'm pretty sure, unless we have any last-minute hiccups, Mr. Hill will be joining us next year as our secondary welding instructor at the high school. So we'll get the team together up there.
Boy.
Thank you. Hey, we will now move into employee recognitions, and I would like to invite Dr. Charles Zamanek, or Dr. Z, forward to present this evening's employee recognitions.
Goodness. Well, thank you very much for that. Good afternoon, President Winslow. I'm going to have to get used to that because I've just ingrained myself to pay President Nearmon. So good afternoon, President Winslow, board members, and Superintendent Mr. Burton. couple things. I think when I look at all these great awards we get to hand out today, I kind of wonder why they're all housed under HR, and I don't know if my colleagues are trying to do a PR thing for my department. You know, we also do some good things here and there. And so I'm really excited today to talk to you about honor our TIA winners, our Ann K. Wallace winner, and our Teachers of the Year. And to do that, I've recruited multiple people to help me with that, because if you're here for an award, will you raise your hand? Or if you're being recognized? It's a good chunk of people tonight, and I think they'd all like to go home after kids today on a half day. So first, let's start with the Teacher Incentive Allotment recognition. Teacher Incentive Allotment, or TIA, is a program established by the state of Texas to recognize highly effective teachers. And teachers really can earn 3 distinctions this year for recognized, exemplary, and mastery. And what makes this program especially meaningful is that it not only honors outstanding teachers, but it does also provide significant financial compensation for them from the state. And to put those into numbers, during the 25-26 school year, because part of us lives in the past, NISD teachers received roughly, well, not roughly, an exact number, $478,089. And the people we recognize today will only increase that, and that is coming directly from the state. And so it's something we're very proud of. And since we're dealing with money, I'm going to ask Mr. Eberlin to come up here, who's the CFO. Come on, Ben. I need you to pass out these awards. He always likes to joke when we go places that everyone talks to me and no one talks to him because they don't know who he is. So we're going to make sure people start to know who he is. So I have them in order. You know, tonight we are proud to recognize these folks. So at this time, board members, I'd like to recognize our TI designees. Ms. Deborah Delcom. All you in here. She's not here. I thought she was. That's my bad. Elizabeth Hutchins. And just a note, oh, Ms. Hutchins, you have to stay up here because Les told me he wants a bunch of pictures of everybody. Just a note, Ms. Hutchins and the next 2 people I call are actually already TIA designated teachers. They actually improved on their level. So congratulations. Will you start me a line like right over there? Thank you. Miss Tammy Owens. It's all you. Miss Ashley Spain. And I don't know if he's here tonight, Mr. Brian Motzke. Is he here? He is here. Now, I have to give a special shout out to Mr. Motzke. He received a master designation on his first try, so that tells you that is some pretty impressive teaching. I'm glad you made it. Kenya Rhodes. Lisa Anthony. Casey Gasca. Congratulations. Miss Shallon Rocha. I got to teach one of her kids, so that's pretty cool. Mr. Jason Ray. Is he here tonight? I don't see him. Jennifer Hebert. Hebert? Hebert? Did I say it right? Nope, not here. That's okay. We'll still like her. Shelby Little. Woo! Pearl Lee. All right, this last name's about as hard as mine to say. So Brooke Kaczynski. Mark Umpofo. Will you tell me if they stand? Thank you. Suzanne Houston. Thank you. Jack Adams. And last but not least, Miss Katie Richburg. Okay. All right, if I can have you all come forward. All right, well, that is exciting. They joined more than roughly, I think, over 40 people in our district are TIA designated teachers, and that ranges anywhere from an additional $5,000 to $27,000 a year. Paid in August, but you have to also give Uncle Sam his due. Make sure everybody knows that. So next, we have the privilege of recognizing a very special honor within Nacogdoches ISD, and that is the Ann K. Wallace Award for Excellence in Teaching. And this award is made possible through the generosity of the family of Ann K. Wallace, a longtime educator who faithfully served the students of the city of Nacogdoches from 1950 to 1975. And Ms. Wallace, yeah, it's a pretty cool time. I did not know who she was. I had to dig into it. Ms. Wallace dedicated her life to education and the belief that great teachers have the power to shape futures and leave a lasting impact on generations. So at this time, I'm going to ask our Deputy Superintendent, Mr. Martin, to come up because he's got the coveted plaque to hand out. The individual being recognized tonight embodies the spirit of education excellence. They consistently go above and beyond for their students. And at this time, we would like to invite Ms. Reagan Holloman, this year's recipient of the Ann K. Wallace Award of Excellence in Teaching. And if you are ever in the district office, that plaque is in the entryway, and it has some of the most legendary names we've had in education starting back to 2007. So it's a pretty cool plaque to be honored on. All right, my final group of recognees tonight is the Teacher of the Year Award winnees. And so these are teachers who exemplify excellence in the classroom, and they really do have an unwavering commitment to their student success. And these teachers have really made a lasting difference on their campus. I would say and argue that Nacogdoches ISD is stronger because of them. And to steal Mr. Burton's words from the celebration dinner, because I can't call it the retirement dinner anymore, it's probably one of the hardest awards to win because your peers have to give it to you. And when you vote for these at the end of the year, everybody's on pins and needles. So these are pretty outstanding people. So we are very proud to celebrate them. At this time, I'm also going to invite Drs. Hill and Drs. Welsh, the Assistant Superintendent of Secondary and Elementary, to also hand out the trophies for our district teacher, secondary and elementary teachers of the year. Sorry, my brain's moving too fast. Who will actually have a chance, will be submitting their application to Region 7 to be recognized as regional teachers of the year. So at this time, I'd like to invite Ms. Ashley Lumley from BQJ to come forward. Ms. Lumley is also our Elementary Teacher of the Year. And you need to be careful with that because Chief Barton says it's a legal weapon in 6 states, so don't mess with that. Mr. Jeremy Farr from TJR. Ms. Loudris McKay from Carpenter. Ms. Ashley Higgins from MCAS/DAEP. Ms. Sarah Garza from Regay. Ms. Adelie Blount from Fredonia Early Childhood Center. Please tell me how poorly I mispronounced your last name. Blunt. Oh, I get called Blunt all the time. I can remember that one now. All right, Miss Melissa Spies from NHS. I also taught her daughter. That's a fun one. Miss Susan Bowman from Mike Moses. And last but not least, Miss Reagan Holloman from McMichael, who is also the District Secondary Teacher of the Year. And I appreciate the time. That concludes our awards for the evening.
I'd like to say something to all the teachers that have been recognized for their excellence in teaching. We know that you reap what you sow, but sometimes you don't recognize what you're sowing into all the dragon hearts and lives, and you've changing the world in what you do, in your excellence. The fact that you get an award is a very small thing versus what the students will come back and tell you, you changed my life. A teacher changed my life in high school, Miss Lysinger, and every time I got a degree, and I have a few of them, I would go and tell her, Miss Lysinger, I did this. I didn't do it for her, I did it because of her. That's what you're enabling. All of you are enabling, and not just teachers that get awards. Every teacher that is worn out and had everything over the top, they stayed to the final day and survived. Not only survived, but they've thrived in what they produced in Dragon Hearts. And we need that, and we thank you for that. You are changing the world one student at a time. Keep it up.
I would like to say thank you and congratulations to everyone, all of our students and our teachers who are recognized this evening. And even those who weren't recognized, as Dr. Groman said, everybody has just poured themselves into this year. And I just thank you for that and representing our ISD the way you do. I appreciate you very much. So the board will now convene into executive closed session pursuant to the following provisions of the Texas Open Meetings Act. Texas Government Code Sections 551.071, 551.072, 551.074, 551.076, and 551.129. No final action, decision, or vote will be taken while the board is in closed session. It is now 5:35.
KC. A good series.
I know. The board is now reconvening into open session at 6:09 PM. Please remember to place your cell phones on silent mode, and thank you for joining us tonight. At this time, I would like to recognize Superintendent Burton for announcements.
Okay, sorry. Earlier this month, 147 career and technical education students at Nacogdoches High School signed their letters of commitment to attend the college or trade school of their choice, or a place of employment after graduation. That were in the CTE pathway, all those placements. 11 students signed commitments to join a branch of the military. Students who have already secured a job within their field of study have been accepted to a college, university, or technical school, or a branch of the military to continue their CTE pathways studies, and they signed their agreement during the ceremony. A little while ago, we had a number of our welding students on hand as they celebrated success in the state contest. But the ultimate goal for Nacogdoches ISD is to ensure these students are prepared for what comes next in their lives, be it college, trade school, the workforce, or the military. We just want to say again, and they were here tonight, congratulations to all of those students. Just last week at the Nacogdoches High School Scholarship Ceremony, the class of 2026 was recognized for earning more than $5.5 million in scholarships from colleges and universities, Nacogdoches area organization, and military enlistments. Now that is legendary. I'm incredibly proud of the hard work that led to these accomplishments. The future is bright for the class of 2026, and we can't wait to see all they achieve. A special thanks goes out to the Nacogdoches organizations and supporters who have generously given their resources and funds to many of these scholarships and the investment of time and effort in the future of our students. That support continues to make a lasting impact on generations of Dragons. And if you were there, you would have seen so many people from our community that continue year after year to come in and either sponsor a scholarship or give money away to our students. And I was visiting with App at the ceremony, and it's just amazing that anyone in this community would see the things and the possibilities at Nacogdoches High School and not want to attend that school. So we'll continue that push, and one day everybody will be there. Now, a busy few days are ahead for the same class of 2026. First, at 6 p.m. Friday, and that is tomorrow night, the new graduating class at Margie Chumley Academy for Success will hold a commencement at the competition gym at Nacogdoches High School. Then at 2 p.m. Saturday, the Nacogdoches High School class of 2026 will hold graduation ceremonies at the William R. Johnson Coliseum on the campus of Stephen F. Austin State University. We hold these ceremonies every year, but they remain uplifting and make you feel better about the future and that our best days are still to come. Nacogdoches ISD is once again one of the best communities for music education. It's the 7th time the district has earned this designation, which is awarded to schools and districts that demonstrate outstanding achievement in efforts to provide music access and education to all students. The designation comes from the NAMM Foundation, the charitable arm of the National Association of Music Merchants. Now, if you spend any time in the district, you know that our music programs are incredibly successful. I consider the band and choral performances as must-see, and they help set Nacogdoches ISD apart from other school districts in the region. So it is fitting that just a few weeks ago, we recognized Jim Haygood for his contribution to the band program at Nacogdoches High School and the school district. We had Mr. Haygood in this same room and honored him for his work in laying a foundation of success in band that has remained in place for 46 years. His successors have continued to raise the bar, something that has played a key role in this string of Best Community Awards. And finally, something that everyone, teachers and students, are thrilled to hear. Today was the last day of school. Not to worry, though. Work has already begun for next year, and that will begin on August 12th. But until then, everyone enjoy your summer.
Burton. We are now at the public comment portion of the meeting. We did not receive any requests to address the board today. But as a note, if you would like to address the board at future meetings, instructions are available and posted, available on the posted meeting notice. Somebody said all I have to do is read the script. Okay, and so tonight for reports, we have 5 reports. First is a business report with Mr. Ben Everlin.
Yes, ma'am. President Winslow, Board of Trustees, Superintendent Burton, in front of you for the business office reports is our standard reports, and I'll take any questions if the board has any. If not, I'd like to recognize some of our gifts and donations real quick. Nacogdoches High School received $1,000 from the Urban STEM Corporation for NJROTC and $100 from Nacogdoches Rotary Club for NHS Interact. Margie Chumley Academy for Success received $50 from Austin Bank for Teacher Appreciation. Fredonia Early Childhood received a hydroponic tower garden from Texas Agri-Life Extension / Better Together for Learn, Eat, Grow, Go curriculum. Plant Services also received an auger from one Jeff Apt for the tractor, and I believe Ms. Apt has some.
Yes, Mr. Evelyn, I'd like to elaborate on that. A very dear friend of ours, Bill Patton, donated a great deal of money for the old university building's garden, and put my husband in charge of spending the money, something we enjoy doing. And after that was done, there was a great deal left over, and Mr. Patton said, about 85 years ago, I remember walking to TJR to go to school from Logansport, and it was a beautifully wooded campus. I want you to plant trees. And so we spent money, his money, and obtained trees, and I just want to, my husband especially wants to thank Mrs. Cindy Smith and all the help that she's done and cooperation of willingness to put a lot of trees on that campus, and in 10 years from now it's going to be beautiful. It needed, though, that's clay, and it needed an auger to help dig the holes, and even at that, it's been a lot of trouble. And so my husband wanted this very clear. He went to the city and asked them to let us borrow their auger. No. Then we went to see how much renting an auger would be. A lot. In fact, it would cost less to buy an auger. And so we thought, well, we're just going to spend this money, buy an auger, and give it to NISD, because I bet they'll find good use for it in the future. And so that is why we have this donation shown here. But I would also like to thank not only Mrs. Smith, but 3 gentlemen who have been a great help to my husband. I don't know their last names. Vincent, Marcus, and Fernando. I've gone up there to, deliver the Diet Coke to my husband so he can keep going, and they are up there helping all along too. And so we just really appreciate all that NISD has done to help this vision that Mr. Patton has to make our campus look beautiful again.
I just wanted to say I was at the old university this afternoon, and I counted up, and there were about 20 trees already planted where the old Linville Martin building was taken down. That was just totally blank, and so it's already added character. Right now, it's already looking better. So I just hope he doesn't hurt himself working so hard.
Me too.
I thank you for, thank him and thank all that are helping him. And the people, the women at the old university were all super excited about all these trees around the old university where they don't block the view.
Well, a little aside here, months ago probably, we did some walkthroughs on some campuses, a couple of us did, and Miss Smith was directing us, and she said, I really want our next project to focus, now that we've, built off these buildings, to focus on the curb appeal of many of our campuses. And I really appreciate that. And I think these planting of trees is a beginning. It's a good beginning.
Good? Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Digress too much. Thank you, Ms. Afton. I appreciate your husband doing that work. Okay, so next is public notice of federal grant application for 2026-2027 ESSA programs. Mr. Everlin.
Yes, ma'am. I'd like to ask Ms. Priscilla Garcia, our, let me make sure I get her title right, Federal and State Grants Programs Coordinator. She's going to talk to you a little bit about our notice of intent.
Good afternoon, President Winslow, Board of Trustees, and Superintendent. How are y'all doing this afternoon? Great. This item serves as a public notice of the district's intent to apply for federal grants funds for the 2026-2027 school year. This notice outlines the grants programs, estimated entitlements, and planned expenditures. It will be posted on the district's website for public access and stakeholder review. Stakeholders may also submit comments during the posted public comment period listed in the notice. At this time, I would be happy to answer any questions that you may have.
I just had a question. If you added up all these grants, how many million would that be? I added it up, but I've forgotten what it was.
If I had a guess at the top of my head, probably about close to 4 million.
Okay, thank you.
Is there a follow-up for that? Do we have to do anything in response?
Oh, no, sir. There's no follow-up.
They just have to make sure that we spend the money where we say we're going to spend it. Other than that, it's all good. And that's her job. So I don't know what official title is, but it's spend money in the right place person. That's what it is.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, next is the School Health Advisory Council yearly update from Kayla Hughes.
Members of the board, Superintendent Burton, I'm here to present to you our yearly update for the School Health Advisory Council. Hear me? Do I need to get closer? Okay. I'm short. It's okay. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, so just a little bit about what SHAC is for. The council's purpose is to ensure that the community values and local health issues are being reflected in our district's health education policies and instruction. The SHAC's made up of parents of students that are currently attending Nacogdoches ISD, educators from across our district, and the community members. These members bring their own perspectives, values, and experiences that contribute to valuable insights to the council's discussions, and our SHAC members do not represent individual campuses or programs specifically. They work in committees to study very specific health-related topics and provide recommendations to the Nacogdoches Board of Trustees. The SHAC has several roles that we at least meet the minimum of the School Health Advisory Councils in Texas that follow within the Title II, Chapter 28 of the Texas Education Code. According to state training materials, the most effective SHACs go beyond these. Our SHAC has been given additional roles, including recommending hours of instruction to be provided in health education, curriculum appropriate to specific grade levels, designed to prevent obesity, cardiovascular disease, and type 2 diabetes through coordination of health education, and physical activity, nutrition services, parental involvement, instruction to prevent the use of tobacco, appropriate grade levels, and methods of instructions for human sexuality instruction, and then also strategies for integrating the curriculum components specified in item 2 above. And we do have a great SHAC. Here are our meeting dates that we had this year. We are required to have at least 4 a year. This year we did hold 4 meetings. They were at 5 o'clock at the old Nettie Marshall Elementary campus, where Student Support Services is housed at 422 West Cox. And while they are usually an hour long, we have very active and very passionate members of our SHAC, and so they well went into 6:30 and 7 o'clock on occasion. But we work together and kept moving forward. This school year, our activities and accomplishments, we did do our membership elections. We were able to revise our SHAC bylaws. We developed a new district wellness plan, which you'll be seeing again in the future, but you do have a copy in your board packet. We also reestablished the physical education subcommittee because we have not had one being effective in the past couple of years. And so we were able to nominate somebody to lead us in that at the beginning of school year. And then we developed a plan of action for us to get increased membership and participation for future years of our parents of students in NAC ISD. Since COVID, we've seen a tremendous decrease in our membership, and so we have a great plan moving forward to increase that membership. Moving into next school year, the goals that we are planning to address with that increased membership are we're going to plan to review the district's implementation of the mental health promotion and intervention, substance abuse prevention and intervention, and suicide prevention protocols that fall in line with Texas Education Code 38.351. We're also going to invite district staff to review the emergency operation procedures, demonstrating how the district implements bills related to emergency operations, safety, and security. We're also going to review the district's comprehensive school counselor program for alignment to the Texas Education Code. We're going to review the district's procedures and efforts for ensuring families opt in for counseling and nursing and health services in relation to Senate Bill 12, which we all got to experience at the beginning of this year. And then we're also going to review the district's curriculums for physical education and health education in relation to Section 28. Also, because they're very passionate, we're going to review the district's implementation of House Bill 3908, which is related to fentanyl prevention and drug poisoning awareness education in public schools for grades 6 through 12. We're going to review the district's implementation of House Bill 4375 that added the use of the AED in addition to CPR training for students in grades 7 through 12. And then we will update our board policy to align to our new wellness plan and monitor implementation as appropriate. Thank you. Well, if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
How many members did you have last year in the closing time?
In your, if you look after the presentation, I typed a report because some people like a presentation summary and some people like to have it in a report, and so you have that as well. And it lists all of our members. I would say that we typically had about 6 to 7 people actively at each meeting. They were very passionate. If they couldn't be there, I created us a Google folder so that they could go in and make comments and notes and still participate actively, even if they could not be there. And so I was able to share those with them. But it was still very low numbers.
I know how important it is that it's going to be monitored by TEA as well. I know that. Do we solicit teachers to get involved, especially the coaches or physical education teachers?
We have in the past, and we will be again. Okay. So yes.
And are we advertising, for example, putting in the paper, the SHAC meeting is on these days, or inviting everyone to get population increase?
We have not posted it in the newspaper. It is posted on our school district's website. It's also posted outside of the district support center. Going into next school year, we plan to have principals make nominations for parents and community members they would like to nominate to participate, and then I have letters ready to send out to them to see if they would like to join and participate with us as well. But we're always happy to encourage. I have a few parents on the committee that they're fixing to recruit a lot of their friends and parents, and so I'm very optimistic that we're going to increase participation going into next year.
Yeah, the reason I'm asking, I know that TEA monitor these things pretty closely.
I think you've accomplished a lot this year. I mean, a job well done. I don't remember ever hearing such a thorough report of what SHAC has done in the year, and it sounds like you're also getting people enthusiastic about it as well. That's wonderful. Thank you.
I wanted to thank you for overseeing this area. And I wanted to ask a question about Dr. Eddie Furness. Now, is he on the SHAC presently, or does he just oversee when we have changes in medicines and stuff that are given out in the schools, I saw his name in all this reading. I don't know where I saw it, but I saw his name.
Yes, and I think you'll hear about it in a little bit when Mr. Martin comes up about some board policy related to the nurses. But Dr. Furness does help us with our standing orders and overseeing some of our health services related to our nursing clinics. But he is not on the board, or I mean on the SHAC committee.
Okay, but he does all this gratis, right? He helps us.
Yes.
And so,
Very much so.
I want to extend, for the part of the board, for him watching over us and these medical decisions that are so important for the health of our students, particularly the ones that are ill, and directing the nurses to do the proper thing.
Oh yes, he's very helpful, and he's always available when we need him.
Okay.
Thank you. Wonderful job.
Thank you. Okay, next we have the implementation of tactical emergency casualty care training with Chief Joel Barton.
Good afternoon, President Winslow, board members, Superintendent Burton. Tonight, I am pleased to introduce our tactical emergency care, or emergency casualty care, or better known as TECC instructors. Unfortunately, Dr. Klingenberg cannot be here tonight. Eric Corley's here. Texas schools already plan and prepare for emergencies, but traumatic injuries response depends on what trained people can do in the first few minutes. One of the most critical moments is the gap after the threat has been neutralized, but EMS can safely enter and begin treatment. During that time, immediate care can mean the difference between life and death. So this training is focused on stopping the dying and saving lives before EMS can get on scene. Our goal is to help create the gold standard for K-12 staff members, casualty care readiness through the TECC aligned principles, bleeding control skills, campus equipment awareness, and practice response. I'm especially proud that more than 90 NISD staff members have expressed eagerness to participate in this training, and having multiple trained staff across our campuses is a true force multiplier for emergency medical response and strengthens our ability to protect students, staff, and visitors. Our district is building a model that is practical, affordable, medically sound, aligned with Texas school safety. We are grateful for Dr. Klingenberg and Mr. Corley for helping us move forward from planning to true readiness. And
give me some moral support.
I'll be here.
Okay. All right. Evening, everyone. My name is Eric Corley. I work for the Adult Probation Department. I'm on SWAT team is Team 4, which we'll talk about in a minute, is medical element for the Nacogdoches. Leader is Chris Klingenberg. Enough? That's odd. I'm usually pretty loud. Do any of y'all know Dr. Klingenberg? Yeah. He is a pillar of the community. He is a great physician. He has spent a lifetime learning all the best practices for saving lives. He has donated the last 8 years of his life to the Nacogdoches Combined SWAT team as the team physician. In the last 2 years, we've actually created another team inside of the SWAT team. That's Team 4, if you hear me refer to that. We have 4 of us now that are actually attached to the SWAT team, and we support them. We actually have to do all the things that the SWAT team does. We have to pass the PT standards, rifle and pistol standards, and then we also have other medical training stuff that we have to do. So it's a very intense program. Dr. Klingenberg is very adamant about teaching everybody. He has built a program over the last several years to teach all of the law enforcement this tactical emergency casualty care. That is basically a derivative of the military model. It's all the same medicine, okay? It's very easy. We've actually had a pilot class for Officer Barton and his administration and staff, and it went very well. I helped Doc. Basically, Doc's the team leader, and I'm just the caddy. I carry his bags and help teach and stuff like that. So, but Doc is amazing. So we had an exercise last month that Officer Barton was instrumental in putting together. We had an all-hazards active shooter exercise on Regay Elementary. I don't know if y'all have heard about the exercise or not that was going on. It was a multi-agency program. There was a lot of people there. SFA School of Nursing gave us 50 role players from their program, which is unheard of. You don't get that many live role players in an exercise. We had 4 classrooms full of casualties. If you look on your monitor, we're going to play a video in just a second, but this is what the responding officers had to deal with, a lot of chaos. There were several things that I learned, which we'll talk about in a minute, but if you would, I want you to indulge me. This is Regay Elementary. How old are the kids at Regay? 8? Kindergartners? Okay, so imagine you're a kindergartner. Remember back to those days. Would you stand up for me? Just indulge me for a second. Stand up. Stand up. Let's just do a little exercise. Can you reach up? You know where your carotid artery is? Can everybody find that, the pulse? Okay. How long does it take for you to bleed out if you're hit in the femoral, which is a major vein in your leg and in your groin? How long does it take for you to bleed out? Okay. It takes about 30 seconds for you to lose consciousness and about a minute before you completely lose all your blood in your tank. So that's the time constraints that I want y'all to think about during this exercise, okay? And these teachers are basically on an island by themselves, because what is their lockdown procedure? They're going to close the door, turn the lights out. And after that, what can they do? So we're here to teach them and help them, okay? So we're at about a minute now. So you've already lost all the blood in your tank, right? Okay? All right. Thank you very much for indulging me. Okay. Let's see if we can make this thing work. Nope. Let's go back. All right. Can we turn that on? All right. So this is about a minute into the drill. So all the role players, they are moulaged up. They have active bleeders on some of them. And we're waiting on law enforcement to take out the bad guy. There's a single shooter in the building. NISD has an officer in the facility. He knocks down the shooter really fast. He does a great job, but then he has to wait on follow-up resources from NPD, UPD, and the rest, okay? So what are these patients doing while we're waiting on other resources to get there? They're bleeding, right? They're actively bleeding. They're actively dying, okay? So we made the teachers keep the doors open just to help us with this exercise. We know that their protocol is they're supposed to slam the door and turn the lights off. But we told them that the shooter got there too quick and you didn't have a chance to close your doors. So they're all actively bleeding, okay? We had 20 casualties that were actively bleeding, okay? So we were there to assess how the NPD officer did, how the follow-on officers did, what the medical component looked like, what fire did, and the biggest thing that stood out to me is these teachers are on an island by themselves, and they don't have enough resources. So these guys are coming in, they're trying to follow up, find the bad guy, link up with their original officer, and go to work. But this whole time, that was just a little snippet of what you saw. They took about 18 to 20 minutes before additional officers got there. So what do you think the chances are of our students surviving that kind of time? Not much, okay? So these are the lessons that I learned. The NISD officer was there. He took care of the problem, solved the shooter really, really quick. That was not an issue. But it did take the first responders to get there. It took them about 20 to 30 minutes before they completely flooded the building, okay? All those patients had massive hemorrhage, whether it was in a limb or in a junctional area, okay? So what I saw and what I noticed is the teachers and the staff needed medical supplies in the classroom, okay? Officer Barton is putting together a program. He mentioned that having 90 NISD staff that would be willing to be participants in this program, okay? So that's about 10 per campus, okay? But while there's an active threat going on, that team cannot mobilize, right? Because they're on lockdown until security is called. So all you have is your teachers and your staff in each classroom. So they have to be able to address these threats in a hurry, okay? So our proposal is multi-tiered, okay? He's already done a great job. You should be proud of Chief Barton for being so proactive and pushing this, okay? I don't know of anybody else right now that's doing what we're proposing to do, okay? When he puts his teams together, they will have medical supplies in a large bag, which I've got here to show. But once the thread's down, they can mobilize right to the rooms that need the help, okay? So he's going to have at least 10 trained staff per campus. That's a big lift, training 90 people, that's a lot to do, okay? Team 4, my team from the SWAT team, we're gonna actually train everybody. We're gonna train them just like we do law enforcement, okay? So right now, our goal is to have the teachers, the staff, the team members, the police, EMS, and fire all trained in the same medical response that we teach the SWAT team, okay? It's easy, but you can't read it from a book, you can't watch PowerPoint, you have to put hands on, you have to have reps doing it, okay? This is the protocol, or this is the algorithm that we use, which came straight from the military that's been using it for 25 years. The biggest takeaway that y'all need to be concerned with and the teachers need to be concerned with is the massive bleeding, okay? We can teach a small kid to stop bleeding easily. It just takes direct pressure, okay? But if you don't practice it, you don't know what to do, it can be very overwhelming, and those are precious seconds that they're going to lose, okay? But this is what we teach everybody in our class, is massive bleeding, airway, respiration, circulation, hypothermia. All those are very important elements. But for teachers in the classroom, they need to just hit the M. That's all we're worried about, to slow things down, okay? The massive bleeding. That's applying tourniquets quickly. That's packing a junctional wound. A junctional wound is anything in the neck or in the groin that you can't put a tourniquet on. We have to actually put direct pressure and pack those wounds to slow that bleeding down. In a minute or so, they're going to pass away. Okay, so we can't have that. And then get them ready to evacuate. So we teach them how to package the whole thing. So what we want to do is for teachers, when they initiate that, they're slamming their door, they're turning the lights out, we're going to teach them how to start assessing those patients and stop the bleeding and get them ready. When the first responders get there, you say, well, I've got this many people, and here we go. So you actually have an accounting, and we have a program or a protocol on how to do that, okay? So medical response bags like this, we have, over the last couple of years, we've had great resources available to us, donations from the Nacogdoches County Law Enforcement Foundation and the Brat Foundation. They provided 63 of these anchor bags to all the law enforcement in Nacogdoches County. Chief Barton had 5 originally, and he was able to secure some funds about a month ago.
Yes.
And ordered 4 or 5 more.
So I just got 4 more in.
Okay. So he'll have a total of 10 so far to spread among the campuses. But inside these bags, there's basically 4 IFAKs, or individual first aid kits. Okay, these are the supplies. It's not a boo-boo kit. There's no Band-Aids, anything like that. Okay, this is tourniquets, packing gauze, airway adjuncts, all the good stuff that we need to stop the bleeding and save lives. Okay, so this is where we're at. He's already spent y'all's money investing in this program, which is awesome. Okay. So this is where I came up with. Teachers and students are on the island during the lockdown by themselves. They have to have some supplies in each room. Right now, I believe you have some IFAKs that may be spread throughout the hallways, okay? Is there going to be anybody in the hallway during this lockdown? No. So those supplies don't do us any good, right? They come in handy when all clear is called, and now we can start moving and grabbing those. But once those teachers are in lockdown, they have to have something in there. Now, they can use curtains and T-shirts and things like that, but we need to equip them a little bit better, right? Okay? So what we had kind of recommended, and this can flow either way, is 3 quality tourniquets and some packing gauze. So that turns out somewhere around $120 a classroom. And everybody that's here that's smarter with me than with the money can figure out how much that would cost, okay? But we can implement this over time as well. But this is kind of something that we really noticed. If you're in there by yourself, you need the supplies. But not only do you need the supplies, you need the training as well. Okay, so this is their protocol. Is basically number 1 is what they do now. Lock the door, turn the lights out. So we're going to increase that to rapid hemorrhage control with tourniquets and packing. And then we're also going to have some notification cards. It's just a real inexpensive piece of green construction paper and red construction paper, okay? Once they lock down, if they don't have anybody injured in their classroom, they're going to stick this green card out under their door. That way, when the follow-on officers walk by that door, they can immediately say, okay, this classroom's good, and I can move on to the next one. If they have injuries or casualties, they'll actually write the number of casualties on a red card. When they slide the red card underneath, that team approaches, oh, we've got 3 casualties here. We'll call it out, okay? His nurses that are going to be staged somewhere as part of this team that can't mobilize yet, they will actually start making notes. Okay, this classroom, this classroom, this classroom. And once the all clear is done, then they can immediately go to the classrooms that are affected. However, the teachers are doing great work already, right? They've already stopped the hemorrhage. They're starting to package these people up and ready to move, okay? So it'll be a very streamlined system, okay? And that's what packing, the bivy and the litter, a bivy is basically a big space blanket that keeps you warm. Hypothermia, everybody hears about hypothermia when you fall in the lake and you're really cold and you can't warm up. This talks about when you actively bleed, as you lose your core temperature, your clotting factors don't work anymore. So you can't stop the bleeding. So actually hypothermia is huge, okay? And then we'll put them on a litter, which is a collapsible stretcher. That way when first responders get there, we have them packaged, here you go. They don't have to do much triage or anything, they can just grab them and go, okay? All right, everybody always wants to talk about the finances, okay? So we have 90 students already that have committed to this, okay? We do about a 1-to-4 ratio, student to instructor ratio, okay? So it's gonna be about $1,600 a class. You got about 6 classes, so $9,600 is what it would take for us to train all of his first responders and his team that he's wanting to build, okay? And we will do all that for y'all. We'll schedule it, okay, during the summer when they're off, okay? And then next, eventually, once we train those 90, those are basically the trainers, right? We're training the trainers, okay? And then they can, in turn, distill that down into 3-hour blocks for the rest of the teachers, all the teachers, okay? And basically, they're working with hemorrhage control. We're going to teach this team everything, the whole March algorithm. But for the teachers, you know, I know it's hard to find time because y'all have workshops and y'all are so busy, but surely we can find 3 hours per teacher to teach them quality hemorrhage control, okay? It's basically like Stop the Bleed. Everybody knows about Stop the Bleed, but more aggressive, okay? We'll make them do reps. You know, we'll push them to failure and make them train, and we have adequate junctional trainers for them to practice, okay? We can't just do this. We can't do a PowerPoint. They can't learn it from that. We have to do reps, okay? This is a video of some of your staff in this pilot class that we did a couple weeks ago. They are doing the full March algorithm, and they did it over and over and over. They're probably sick of it, but they did really well. I was proud of the teachers and the staff that came out. Okay. So this is me agitating them with flashing lights and being a punk, basically, trying to distract them. But they came in, they do the massive hemorrhage control first, they do tourniquets, they pack the wounds that you see one person on top of them. That's actually a junctional wound that's bleeding out that they've packed with gauze. Then they'll go in, they'll do a wound sweep, looking all over them for other wounds. You can see them patting them down. And then next they'll go to the airway. They'll do a manual manipulation of the head, trying to open the airway. If they don't have an airway, they'll insert a nasopharyngeal adjunct. That opens their airway up, okay? If they have holes in the chest, they will apply chest seals, okay? They'll pay attention for if there's a tension pneumothorax that is starting to form, okay? Then they learned how to burp those, okay? They also learned that, hey, this guy is critical and we need to let somebody know. After that, they'll go through and they'll put them in hypothermia bivy, which is that green thing that you see held up in the middle of the screen, and they'll put them on a litter. This is the same thing that the SWAT team learns, and they can do it right here at the point of injury, okay? We have to do it at the point of injury, which is now. We have to be in a hurry to do this. And it just takes a little while, and folks really understand how this process works and to get it ingrained, and they have reps, okay? It kind of takes away the fear of this massive bleeding, okay? But we have to get aggressive with it. The bags that he has ordered, basically, this is an IFAC for 4 casualties. You can take care of 4 people. The front of this is an individual IFAC, and the back has throw packs. This was all, Dr. Klingberg came up with this, but this is a full-blown individual first aid kit. You can just pull it out and throw it where you need it. You can carry the bag down the way. But he's got 10 of those on campus, which is huge. It's already a great first step. But if we can start to implement this a little by little or all at one time, we're going to go get it. We're going to teach his group of people that want to be the first ones in the game. We're going to teach them, and then they're going to teach the rest of the teachers. Because you have a great resource in all of your teachers that are there. They want to look for work. They're going to take care of their kids. Let's just provide them with the training and the materials that they need to take care of those kids, okay? Doc and I both are very passionate about this. We can teach 5-year-olds how to do this too. They can put tourniquets on. They can hold direct pressure. It's not hard. You just have to, it's a little eerie at first, and you kind of, ooh, I don't know about this, but once you learn it, it'll serve them for the rest of their lives. And most of the time, this kind of stuff, if you drive a tractor, if you drive an ATV, if you mow the yard, if you drive a car, these kind of skills will come in handy because there will be an accident eventually that you'll be able to intervene and save somebody's life. And that's what we're all about, okay? So I've rambled long enough. Chief, would you like to add anything to that?
Yeah, like I said, try not to ask a lot, but I mean, I'm always thinking because this job here has taken a toll on me as far as always trying to stay a step ahead. Because Uvalde haunts me, but God willing, I'm here and I'm going to give you everything I got, and I'm trying to always come with ideas to improve.
And the exercise that we did was basically Uvalde. We based the whole exercise on, that's about the number of casualties you had and where the shooter was. That's what we did. And we still assessing, and we're going to keep training, and we're going to have more of those exercises. So, anybody have any questions for me?
It's not a question, but it's a comment. Do we carry AED as well? Do you all carry AEDs?
We do not carry AEDs. They'll come on with EMS, but we're trying to, the next thing we're doing is trying to get AEDs in every patrol car. Yes. But that's going to take they're about $2,500 a piece, so we're going to have to find some grant money for that. But it's needed. But everything that we do is stabilizing the patient, right. But we'll have to wait for EMS to show up, and they'll have an AED. Eventually, we may have more, but that's what we're working with right now.
Thank you.
Keith, thank you for your heart. I get what you're saying. You take this home with you, and I feel that. Just as soon as you say it could never happen here is when it happens. And so just knowing that you have that vision to look ahead and help our teachers be able to help our kids, because that's what they're here for, is to help. And sometimes it's beyond the book. And I appreciate that. Thank you.
I wanted to say that, ounce of prevention's worth a pound of cure, and we know response time for blue is survivability. How many are going to survive versus how many are killed? Absolutely. And then after that is how quickly can the injured be treated. I have been involved in 2 active shooters at Fort Hood, including the big one, 39 wounded and 14 dead. One thing I can say, it was utter chaos. It was like a mass unit. Yes. And there were people everywhere. Everybody came into the hospital, and we didn't even know where the shooter was. We didn't have anybody that had guns at the hospital, none. Mm-hmm. So we were all hanging in the wind on that. But I was running the CAT scanner with some majors, and we were carrying the instant reports to all these people. The people who came in the door of the ER, only one died in the hospital because they received the care they needed, all yes. the transfusions and such. How does that relate to this? Well, this is, we have them in the door, we have them in the classroom, and if we have a person trained to save their life, yes. it will lower the morbidity and mortality. Absolutely. And so this is a matter of money. That's all it is. When we have a person like you and willing to work with us and train us and help us avoid complications, and let's hope we never have to use it. But like you were talking, this is useful for anything you do in your life. Just 4 or 5 years ago, we had to stop the bleed at TJR, and I took that class. And I learned something, even as a physician. So I think this is a wonderful thing. What we need to do is make sure that we look for grants and other people that help us. But for the continued expense to keep training people, we need to look at our budget and come up with a figure and say, we're going to budget this much. And if we don't spend it, or we don't really spend it, we invest it. If we don't invest it, then we can put it into something else. But we need to not have it in our budget. If we're going to do this, we need to do it the right way, sure. which includes working with you and all those who are trained so it can train us. And we need to have availability. If it's in the next classroom, it doesn't help when the door's locked, just Absolutely. Like everything outside. Absolutely. So this is a really complex thing. But what I have to say is, for both of you gentlemen that are law enforcement, you care about our community and you care about our students. And we Absolutely. Thank you for that. Sure. Because this is something that will save lives.
Absolutely. Anything else?
I appreciated what you said about repetition, because you know, jobs these days, and teachers particularly, when you're being trained at the beginning of the year and you get all those videos that you have to watch, and, you know, you try to maybe take notes or something. But that repetition, that really is key. And having people go through simulated experiences over and over and over again, because when the real thing happens, you've got to just sort of automatically react.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate that you've come up with a method of practicing that or teaching that, training that. I think that's going to be more effective than just, you know, giving us the video and sending out the little bags.
Absolutely. And we can make it as real for them, because we have, moulage is just a fancy word for training aids, but we can make it bleed, we can make it pulsate, we can make it, you know, horrendous scene if we want to. But we try to start them slow and then work up to that.
Good.
But it's, the more you get desensitized to it, you can go right to work instead of going, oh my God, what, you know, you jump on it and you attack it. And that's what they have to do. That's what Doc says. You have to be sharp. You have to go find the blood and attack it. And that's exactly what you have to do. And it's not just going to be one. There's going to be multiple casualties. So we have to be efficient and work all of them at the same time, or delegate our resources. Hey, you do this, you do that. And it's just, it has the teachers empowered and the confidence to know how to do it. So
Good.
anyway, we'll be happy to help in any way that we can.
Thank you so much. Don't have anything else? No? Okay,
All right.
thank you.
Thank you.
Right, next we have weapon metal detection system for extracurricular activities. Mr. Martin?
Good evening, President Winslow, members of the board, Superintendent Burton. On April the 14th, 2026, NISD received a quote from buy board contractor for 3 portable standalone metal detection systems. These metal detection systems are battery operated and with Wi-Fi capabilities. They can withstand events conducted both inside and outside. They're lightweight and very easily moved. They will be used to screen everyone who entering an extracurricular event at Nacogdoches ISD to enhance the security of our students, staff, and visitors to our school-sponsored events. So this is a report. Basically, we're proposing to purchase 3 metal detectors. These are portable metal detectors to use at our athletic facilities, including the stadium, for everyone to walk through when we have our events, for our students to just enhance our safety. These units are, Ms. De La Rosa has done a wonderful job, and we sat in with Chief Barton and his team, did a demo here at the support center several months ago. But Ms. De La Rosa has arranged for a demo unit to be here next Thursday. For you all, if you want to take a look at it, see what it does, ask any questions, we'll have it here next Thursday. We'll be happy to entertain any questions that you may have concerning this.
Can you tell me any school districts in this nearby area that utilize these products?
I cannot at this time, but I will prepare.
Like Lufkin, Henderson, Longview?
I don't know, Dr. Groman.
Okay.
But certainly we can find out.
Is, it's going to require people to run these, and it'll be qualified people. Will that be officers, or will that be someone else, or an officer and someone else? Because then there will be additional personnel expense to utilize these. And the other question is, okay, we have a softball game and a baseball game and a volleyball game going, and people come and go all the time. You're gonna screen them only at the beginning, or all of the whole game? There's a lot of, this is a very complex problem. It could be helpful, but there's also the hand wands that, you know.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
So there's many considerations, but this is safety, and we should always consider how can we be safer.
Absolutely.
So thanks for bringing the report.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Martin. All right, that takes us to the consent agenda section. Unless removed from the consent agenda, all items listed under the consent agenda will be acted on with one motion. If a board member wishes to discuss an item separately, please state the agenda item letter at this time. I have a
I
motion.
second that.
Second. All those in favor, please raise your hand. Okay. The motion opposed, but everybody raised their hand, so, okay, the motion carries. Discussion and action agenda. We will now move into this portion of our agenda. Item A, action resulting from executive closed session. There is no action resulting from executive closed session. Oh, is that right? Okay, regarding professional personnel. Consideration of and board action to authorize the superintendent to employ personnel under teacher contracts for the 26-27 school year. Presenter, Dr. B.
Thank you, President Winslow, members of the board, and Superintendent Burton. This item, your board policy, DC Local, designates the school board as the sole authority for hiring any contract personnel. What this would do is it would temporarily delegate Mr. Burton to hire contract personnel, specifically just teachers. So anything like a counselor, a nurse, or administrator would still come to the board to be discussed in closed session, but this would then allow us to process new hires and teachers a little bit more quickly.
Madam President, I move that the board approve the superintendent's recommendation of professional personnel as presented.
Do I have a second?
I second.
Okay, I'm sorry, time out real quick. That's my fault. We got flipped there a little bit. We are on 9B, I believe is what he is telling you right now, correct? I said there was nothing coming out, but there was, so there is a 9A, but let's do it after we do this. What he's proposing is allowing me to hire personnel during the summer months.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that. So, all those in favor, please raise your hand. Okay, all those opposed. All right, and the motion carries. So we're going to back up to B.
A.
A. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So,
I'm sorry, did you get that, Denise, as far as the motion, all that? Okay, good.
I think so. Hang on one second. Consideration of and board action on superintendent's recommendation of professional personnel. So, yes, I need a motion. And second? Okay, all those in favor, please raise your hand. Okay, and the motion carries. All right, and item C, consideration of and board action on the audit engagement letter with Crow LLP for the fiscal year ending June 30, 26. Mr. Everlin.
Yes, ma'am. It's weird to think that we're already preparing for this audit when we just got done with the other one. But in front of you, you have the audit engagement letter for Crow LLP as our auditor for the 25-26 school year. I've also listed the fees on there as well. Just like everything else in the world, the cost of an audit's going up. I would like to make my recommendation. I love working with Crow. The interface is very good. The people are very, very nice. So I would like to continue working with them if the board so chooses.
Yeah. This is the same company that we, yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Change to this from last year?
Yes, sir. They were Belt Harris, I believe, and Mr. Belt is still with them. He's the one that signed the agreement. But they are now Crow. So they were bought out last year, I believe. So.
Yes.
Do I have a motion?
Audit service for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2026 as presented.
I second.
All right, all those in favor, raise your hand. Okay, and the motion carries. Okay, item D, consideration of and board action authorizing the CFO to sign a commercial card program agreement with Huntington Bank. Mr. Everlin.
Yes, ma'am. We, as everybody knows, Cadence is switching to Huntington State Bank. So as it sits right now, we have Cadence procurement cards, and we are obviously going to have to get Huntington procurement cards. So if the board would allow me to sign the agreement for us to get those, I would appreciate it.
Any questions from anybody?
How many times his name has changed?
I was assured that this is, I think they're going to be one of the bigger banks. So I don't know that they'll be bought out anytime soon. I hope.
Yeah.
I still have Bank Course South checks, so that helps you.
That helps you. Okay, do I have a motion?
Consideration of and board action authorizing the chief financial officer to sign a commercial card program agreement with Huntington Bank as presented.
All those in favor, please raise your hand. Okay, and the motion carries.
Thank you, board.
Okay, item E, consideration of and board action on the final year contract payment for Imagine Learning LLC for the 26 and 27 school year. Hello.
Good afternoon, President Winslow, board members, and Superintendent Burton. On page 153 of the board book, you will find the action sheet for year 3 of a 3-year contract with Imagine Learning, also known as Edgenuity. The online platform provides access to instructional materials for students that may need initial credit or credit recovery at both of our high school campuses. We ask the board to approve the year 3 purchase for Edgenuity site licenses and professional development in the amount of $55,968 using local funds and Title II funds.
Do you have any questions or comments? Okay. All right, do I have a motion?
Ma'am, I guess I do. I move the board approve the final year payment of Imagine Learning LLC Edgenuity service for 2026-2027 school year, the amount of $55,968, 0 penny.
Do I have a second?
I second.
Okay. And all those in favor, please raise your hand. Okay, and the motion carries.
Thank you.
All right, item F, thank you very much. Consideration of and board action on the first reading of revised local policy FFAC, Wellness and Health Services Medical Treatment. Mr. Martin.
Thank you, Ms. Winslow, members of the board, and Mr. Burton. As Ms. Kayla Hughes mentioned earlier, we're proposing revisions to FFC local to clarify and expand the district's authority regarding the purchase and administration of certain non-prescription medications for students on an emergency basis and within approved medical protocols. The revisions authorize the district to purchase non-prescription medications that are included in standing orders established by the district's medical advisor, Dr. Eddie Furnace, to support basic first aid and health services provided by the campus nurses and authorized personnel. Examples of these medications may include, but are not limited to, cough drops, throat lozenges, ointments, eye wash, antibiotic cream, and over-the-counter items, other over-the-counter items. These revisions also ensure that the administration of these medications is conducted in accordance with the physician's approved protocols and, most importantly, parent consent. We'll be happy to answer any questions about this policy. I will let the board know that we did, as soon as Ms. Hughes brought this to us, we sent it to our TASB policy consultant, who sent us back the revised version that you see before you.
parents brings prescription medicine, give it to the nurse is authorized, right?
Any other questions? Okay. Do I have a motion?
I move that the board approve the first reading of revised local policy FFAC Local Wellness and Health Services Medical Treatment as presented.
I second.
All right, all those in favor, please raise your hand. Okay, and the motion carries. Okay, item G, consideration of and board action on a resolution for Senate Bill 546, determination of financial feasibility for school bus seatbelt compliance. Mr. Martin.
Thank you, Madam President. If you recall, last month we brought a report to the board letting you guys know approximate cost of retrofitting with 3-point seatbelts our buses, or retrofitting our bus, or totally replacing our buses. This is a call from Texas Senate Bill 546 from the 89th legislative session in 2526. It mandates that all school district buses in Texas, including contracted vehicles, be equipped with 3-point seatbelts for all passengers by the September the 1st, 2029. As a part of this legislation, the bill requires the Board of Trustees to review and take action before the end of the school year to determine whether the school district's budget allows for retrofitting the current bus fleet to comply with Texas Transportation Code 547, or for the purchase of new buses that meet these requirements. I'll refresh the board's memory. Our estimated total to retrofit the buses with seat belts was $1.2 million. To replace the buses with new ones would cost the district roughly $6.13 million. The administration has included a resolution should the board choose to adopt it.
So this is approving a resolution that we are going to look into how much this isn't making the decision.
It is making the decision. The resolution is actually designed saying that the board says that we are not financially able to do this right now.
Okay, but it's not choosing, oh, we're going to refit or we're
No,
going to.
ma'am. No, ma'am. This is only saying we can't afford it right now.
We're just saying, oh, this is way too much. Yeah.
Okay, that's,
You're saying, no, thank you.
there was a lot of words in that.
Okay, just wanted to make
Okay,
sure.
so at this time, we're not looking at risk management, like we need to do this first and that second. We're not prioritizing,
No.
we're just saying we can't do it.
Yeah.
No, sir. The
Either
state,
way.
right now, that's all we're doing. The state just wants to know whether the districts across the state can afford it. And I believe that they're looking into trying to find some funding opportunities in the future in the event that districts can't afford it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just making resolution, that's it.
Yes, sir.
Do I have a motion?
I move that the board approve the resolution regarding compliance with Texas State Bill 546, SB 546, and the determination of financial feasibility for school bus seat belt compliance as presented.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor, please raise your hand. Okay, and the motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you, board.
But you can't go away yet. Consideration of and board action on the NHS Gates Access Control Project. Mr. Martin.
Thank you, Madam President, Board and Superintendent. On May 7, 2026, the district accepted a DIR proposal for Gate Access Control Project. The project includes replacing a total of 4 toll tag readers, 4 video intercoms, and 4 key card readers, along with the necessary hardware and cabling required to mount these devices. The project includes the installation of access control on the drive-through gates, as well as any construction-related concerns to mount the devices. The project was procured through DIR contract with Motorola Solutions and Digi Solutions, the same folks that are installing our cameras and door access. They are furnishing their own labor and installation with coordination from Nacogdoches ISD staff. Based on the review of the bid with discussion and input of NISD Police Department, NISD Technology, and NISD Construction and Facilities, and proposed construction staff, the project is recommended to proceed as follows. Digi Security Systems, $83,547.03. Martin Construction, $1,000. Absolute Technology, $10,000. I'm sorry, $1,650, and an owner contingency of $10,000 to total the project cost of $96,197.03. We'll be happy to answer any question. This will be funded out of Safe Cycle 1 grant, and we'll be happy to answer any questions the board may have.
Mr. Martin.
Yes, sir.
Those are eventually going to be a lot of confusion or a repair needed to be. Are they insured their work?
I'm sorry, Coach.
Are they insured their work?
Are they insured to work?
That's correct.
I think it means like a warranty or what?
Yes.
Oh, a warranty, yes, sir. 1 year.
1 year.
Who repairs these? Do we have anybody that could repair this? Do we call in a repairman, and where do they come from?
We're going to be calling Digi Solutions here.
And where are they at? Are they in Dallas?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So that could take a while for them to get here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And is there anybody that has this exact system anywhere close by?
That I'm aware of.
We don't have this they don't have this exact system, but I installed a very similar system at Rusk ISD 7 years ago. So when we had it, and we had sometimes when like it would be Motorola here, but with ours, it was with Apple. And so sometimes the cell would mess up or something, they'd come out and fix it. But they pretty much can train our facility folks how to fix the gate mechanism points and talk them through that. The only problem we ever had was if the cell service itself took a hit, but you can actually manually do it if you need to. So yes, there is a chance they go out. But if y'all will recall, we kind of had to decide between a person standing there opening and closing the gate and the cost that would be for 4 gates, or actually having a system where people could drive up, drive in. I think even with possible repairs in the future, we're going to save money by not hiring personnel to man the gate.
So does this gate, does it like roll in and out or
Yes, sir.
swing open?
Yes, sir. It opens in and out. It slides in and out.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, do I have a motion?
I move that the board approves the NHS Gate Access Control Project with a total project cost of $96,197.03 as presented.
I second.
All those in favor, please raise your hand. And the motion carries. And
Thank you again, board.
I know, you can't go anywhere. We on item I, consideration of and board action on the proposal from Vero for the fiber resiliency project.
Hey, board, I think you're really going to like this one. Administration recommends the construction of additional underground fiber connections to Brooks Gwynn Jones Elementary School and Thomas J. Rusk through Vero Networks. This project will complete the remaining connections needed to close the district's fiber loop back to the Technology Center main hub following its relocation, and also strengthening our overall network resiliency. We have to use the word resiliency now because E-rate says you can't use redundancy. This is a technical. With these connections in place, each campus will have an additional pathway for connectivity, supporting continued services in the event of fiber interruption, and improving our resiliency for instructional and operational use across the district. The total special construction cost is $77,844. E-rate will cover 90% of that, or $70,059.60, leaving the district's portion at $7,784.40. This project will be funded through the 26-27 school year, and also the general fund budget. Ongoing maintenance is included in the current operations and the maintenance agreement. We'll be happy to answer any questions the board may have.
I have a question, but I wanted to see if anybody else had one.
Okay, so this is going to be like a fiber line that goes in, but it's bi-directional, okay?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, does that mean we already have a fiber line going in and this is duplication? So if
no.
one goes down, the other one still works?
Yes, it's not duplication, but yes, it is. It is basically redundancy where if one goes down, the other one picks up. Yes, sir.
And this is a one-time thing and it's over, and who is E-Rate?
E-Rate, glad you asked. Universal Services Administrative Company. If you look at your phone bill every month, you will see on there a charge to the Universal, I can't think of the name of it, but you'll see a charge on your phone bill. Each of us pay it. That is then put into a large pool of money. It's all across the United States. Everybody pays into it that has a phone. And that money is then administered back into schools and libraries for internet connections.
Perfect. So that's, it'll be speedier as well than the old stuff.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
I move the board approve the federal fiber resiliency project with the federal networks for the total district cost $7,784.40.
Second?
I second.
And all those in favor, please raise your hand. Okay, and the motion carries. Item J, consideration of and board action on the proposal from Vero for the Margie Chumley Fiber Upgrade Project.
Madam President, Mr. Burden, board members, we are, again, you're going to like this one as well. Administration recommending a Vero project to improve district fiber infrastructure. The scope of the work includes removing existing aerial fiber and installing new buried fiber along with the necessary splicing and minor upgrades to ensure reliable connectivity beginning the 26-27 budget year. The scope of work for this is to remove existing aerial fiber from Regay to Margie Chumley, install new buried fiber from Margie Chumley to the District Support Center, splice new fiber at District Support Center to existing fiber for connectivity back to Regay, and then perform some minor fiber upgrades to include splice enclosures, connectors, and handhole cleanup. The total project cost is $83,576. E-Rate is expected to cover 90% of the cost, amounting to $75,218.40. The district estimated out-of-pocket expense is $8,357.60, which will be paid using general funds out of the 26-27 budget. Administration will answer any questions the board may have.
Do I have a motion?
I move that the board approve the Margie Chumley Fiber Upgrade Project with Vera Networks for the total district costs of $8,357.60 as presented.
Right, all those in favor, please raise your hand. Okay, and the motion carries. All right, item K, the marathon continues, Mr. Martin.
I appreciate you, board, for listening to me tonight.
Consider of and board action on the proposal from EM3 Networks for district network services and equipment.
Thank you, ma'am. Administration recommends the purchase of 10 gigabytes dedicated internet service for Nacogdoches ISD through EM3 Networks. The service will provide an additional internet connection to support the district's wide area network by distributing network traffic and enhancing overall performance, reliability, and resiliencies for instructional and operational use. The annual service cost is $29,548.80 for 10 gigabits internet access. E-Rate will cover 90%, leaving the district's portion at $2,954.88 per year. This project will be funded in the 26-27 school year general fund budget. What this is, Board, is right now our resiliency or our other carrier, internet service provider is AT&T. Our main service provider is Consolidated. Consolidated very rarely goes down, but every now and then it does go down. We're proposing moving away from AT&T because they have been pretty unreliable this past school year, and moving to this EM3 networks for our backup internet.
There should be some kind of differentiation of what we're paying AT&T and what we're going to pay, because this $2,954.88, that's recurring, that's yearly.
Yes, sir.
So if we're going to cancel AT&T, then there's going to be only a difference, or maybe a cheaper. Do we know if it's a significant difference?
Madam President, if I may ask Ms. Kirsten Morris, our Director of Technology, to join me up here.
I think they were saying about the reliability, not necessarily the finance.
Reliability.
Yes, it is just a little bit cheaper compared to what we had before, but you know, the price basically is around the same.
So it'd already be covered by our present budget. We just switched providers.
Correct. Yes.
Anything's better than AT&T.
Yes. We did have quite a significant amount of outages. Just luckily, nobody noticed it because we had Consolidated, and there was one time where Consolidated was out and our AT&T was up, but nobody noticed. So that's how we want things with a resilient network that we've been working very hard to get to. We don't want anybody to know when internet's down.
Okay, and so they can help us also remotely as well as physically?
Yes, yes, sir. They'll be here. I feel like the support is going to be much better. I did reach out. There's 3 area schools that use this company. I reached out to all 3, and they sang wonderful praises about this company.
Well, you've done a good job, and I really trust when you say this is what we need to do, and it's not going to cost us more money. We're going to get better service.
Thank you.
All right, do I have a motion?
I motion. I move that the board approve the Margie Chumley Farmer upgrade with Vero Networks for the total district cost of $8,357. Is this the right one?
No, you need to go to K.
The last one? I'm sorry. I move that the board approve the proposal from EM3 Networks for district network services and equipment for 26-27 school year for the total district cost of $2,954.88 annually as presented.
A second.
Raise your hand. All right, and the motion carries.
Your board.
Thank you, Mr. Martin. All right, if there's no further business to come before the board, this meeting is now adjourned. It is 7:27. What? Oh, gavel. Yeah, I was going to say.